If you're watching this, there's a good chance you've been feeling behind lately. Like everyone else is moving forward, building, winning, growing, and somehow, you're stuck in the same place, watching the clock, wondering when it's finally going to be your time. You're not lazy, you're not weak. But you feel like no matter how hard you try, no one sees it. No one notices, and nothing seems to be clicking. I need you to hear this loud and clear: you're not falling behind. You're just in the silent phase where champions are built. Because this part of the journey? It's the part almost nobody talks about. Success doesn't start with lights and cameras. It doesn't begin when the crowd shows up. It begins in the quiet, in the dark, in the moments no one claps for. When you're grinding with no recognition. When you're building with no applause. When you're showing up even though you have no proof that it's working. That's where champions are made. If you've been showing up in silence, grinding in the dark, pushing through doubt, hit that subscribe button. This channel is for people like you, the ones who aren't waiting for validation to do the work. Now let's talk about why this phase is so important. You see, most people quit during the silent phase. Why? Because they think silence means failure. But silence isn't failure. Silence is feedback. It's life asking, how bad do you want it? Will you keep showing up without recognition? Can you stay consistent when no one is watching? Because everyone can post about discipline. But not everyone can actually be disciplined. Everyone can talk about patience. But not everyone can wait with purpose. The world doesn't hand crowns to the loudest. It hands crowns to those who refuse to quit, even when there's no spotlight. You're not stuck, you're being forged. Like steel in fire. Like roots growing underground. Like pressure building diamonds. No one sees the silent phase, but it's the only phase that prepares you for the real thing. Because when the moment finally comes, when the world finally pays attention, you won't be trying to rise. You'll already be ready. The problem is, most people let the silence convince them to stop. They say, if it was meant to work, it would have worked by now. No. If it was easy, everyone would have done it by now. But you're not building something average. You're building something uncommon. And that takes time. That takes patience. That takes showing up day after day without a cheering section. If you feel this, if you know you've been in the silent phase but refuse to give up, click that subscribe button now. Drop a comment. I'm still building, even in the dark. This community is for the ones who keep going long after the world stops clapping. Here's what you need to remember. The progress you're making right now, it's invisible, but it's real. The habits you're forming, they're locking in. The mindset you're sharpening, it's getting bulletproof. The discipline you're practicing, it's making you unstoppable. One day, you'll look back and realize this was the most important part of your journey. This was the phase where your character was built. Where your vision was tested. Where your strength was forged. And when the world finally sees you, they'll call it overnight success, but you'll know it was years of silence, sacrifice, and self-belief that made it real. You are not behind. You're not lost. You're not late. You're just in the part of the story that most people never stick around for. The part where you keep walking when the path feels empty. The part where you keep trusting the process when the results haven't shown up yet. The part where you become dangerous because you no longer need applause to move. So if you're tired, but still going, if you've doubted yourself, but haven't quit, if you felt overlooked, but still show up, hit that subscribe button now. Comment below. I'm not falling behind. I'm rising in silence. This isn't the end. It's not a setback. It's not a delay. It's preparation. And when it's time, you'll break through with more strength, more clarity, and more power than anyone saw coming. Because you weren't waiting. You were working. You weren't failing. You were forging greatness in the dark. And now it's your time to rise.